goes through the exact values worksheet and how to do them. So we'll do the first one on the sheet. The exact value worksheet. Okay, here in non-calculated trig questions, we've got to use our exact values and our trig ratios, that's the SOHCAHTOA, to solve these. Alright, so when we do this question here, we've got to find x, so we're going to use SOHCAHTOA. So to use SOHCAHTOA, the first thing we need to do is to label our sides. So our marked angle here is 60 degrees, so this is the opposite, and x is the hypotenuse. So that tells me I use sine. So here I'd write sine of 60 degrees is equal to root 3 over x. Now sine of 60 degrees is one of those exact values we need to know, and it's actually equal to root 3 over 2. So now this becomes root 3 on 2 is equal to root 3 on x. And if that statement's to be true, that they're equal, the only way that can be true is if x is equal to 2. So that's the answer of x for part A. Let's do the second one. So you should now proceed and try and do the second triangle here and try and find the value of x. When you're ready, pause the video, and when you think you've got an answer, then proceed on, and the next part of the video I'll go through the solution for this one. This one here, so we looked at what angles are marked. This angle here is marked as 30, so A is the adjacent and 2 is the hypotenuse because it's opposite the right angle. Okay, so A and H tells me I need to use cosine. So my working out here would be cosine of the angle, which is 30 degrees, is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, so it's x over 2. My exact values, I need to know these off by heart. Cosine of 30 degrees is root 3 divided by 2. So root 3 divided by 2 is equal to x divided by 2. And if these statements are true and equal, then the only way they can be true and equal is if x is equal to root 3. Here are the next two examples on this worksheet. So you should have a go at these now by first labelling the sides and then working out which rule to use and which exact values. So pause the video here, have a go on a piece of paper to work out the answers, and when you're ready, proceed with the video and I'll have the solutions to these two as well. Okay, on the left here we've got this triangle here where the marked angle here is 45. There is a very quick way to do this question, but that's the opposite and that's the adjacent. There's two methods to solving this one. One is to say, well, this is a tan problem because tan is opposite over adjacent. So I'd be saying tan of 45 degrees is equal to 10 over x, opposite over adjacent. Tan of 45 is equal to 1. It's one of those exact values we need to learn, 10 on x. Here our unknown is on the bottom. So first thing we do when we have an unknown on the bottom is take it up to the other side by, it's divide by x here, so it becomes times by x here. X times 1 equals x, and we're left with x equals 10. I did say at the beginning of this part that there's a quicker way to do this. If this is 45 degrees angle down there, then this also has to be 45 degrees because it adds up to 180. If that's the case, then this is an isosceles triangle. So this side here is of equal length to this side here. Therefore, x must be equal to 10 centimeters also. Okay, let's do the second one here. So I'll just draw a line here, separate our work. So our first step here would be to label which sides we've got. So here's the marked angle. So this here is the adjacent, and this here is the hypotenuse because it's opposite the right angle. adjacent means next to. So A and H means we've got cosine, so it's cosine of 60 degrees is going to be equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, which x is there. Now, cosine of 60 degrees, one of those exact values we need to learn is 1/2 is equal to 2 on x. Here our unknown is on the bottom of a fraction again, so the method here is to, what is divide by on this side becomes times up here, and in the same step this divide by here can go up here as a times. If that's the case, we end up with x is equal to 4. And if you just check back on that last step there, before centimetres of course, because there's units here, that would make that 2 on 4, which simplifies down to 1/2, and that's what it's supposed to be equal to on that side. So that cross multiplication bit works. Okay, that's how we do that worksheet.